Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel.
Episode 2 of our podcast is live now, and we're going to play you a sample of it here in this video.
All the links for where you can listen to and download our podcasts are in the description box below this video.
If you enjoy these free podcasts, we'd love you to leave us a rating and review in iTunes. That would really help us out.
Today's episode is part of our Ask TVC series, where we take one of your juicy questions and answer and discuss it in depth.
If you'd like to take part in this series, you can leave us a question at thatvegancouple.com in the comments section under the notes for this podcast. The link is in the description below this video. Today's
question is from 17-year-old Tessa from the Netherlands. She asks,
what do you guys think about the system we use to pay for things? Let me try to explain that. I'm just about to get out of middle school and I get so sad when I think about working my whole life. Honestly, I would love to find a way to explore the world and constantly learn new things, but I find it so hard to combine those two things. I can honestly feel so stressed when I think about doing the same things for the rest of my life. So how do you guys feel about the work system, if that's even a word?
What a great question. Thank you so much, Tessa, for sending this to us. Here's a short sample of our in-depth answer. And thank you guys for listening. You can hear the full podcast at the links in the description box.
Enjoy and see you in the next video.
But the great thing is that we don't have to feel like what I'm doing right now is my set path for the rest of my life until I retire and then die.
Yeah, we used to think that way, didn't we?
We used to think that way. And that was one of the things that we felt most stressed about and depressed and stuck in our life so many years ago was, this is it. This is it.
That's right. I remember at 25, we had a 25 to 30 year plan mapped out. You know, we'd picked our exact retirement destination and we just needed to, you know, walk through the next 25 to 30 years and we'd be there.
Oh, that sounds so awful.
Experiencing nothing outside of our then careers.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Yeah. And that's the thing that I remember we certainly weren't given this education at high school. No one said to us, don't worry, what you're doing today and what you choose to study today and maybe your first job is not necessarily what you're going to do forever. No one gave us that option. And it's also pretty much actually the reality of what we saw around us. Everybody did kind of have the same jobs, and sure, people may have changed departments or maybe they changed companies that they worked for, but it was the same kind of job. So that we weren't surrounded by people that were changing from one thing to another. That was kind of the extreme and other opposite of what they were doing. Everyone kind of stayed in line of what they had studied and started working out.
That's right. It's only when we took a sabbatical ourselves and travelled and met other people from around the world who were living in a different way to the way we had been living and the way many people in Western countries live, in the middle class, that we realised, oh, there are alternative ways of living to the way we're currently living. Wow, aren't these people interesting what they're doing? You know, learning and getting inspired by others.
Exactly. Now, your interests, your passions is going to change over time. So what you're interested in and what you think you want to study and do when you're 17, 18, 19, 20 may be very different to when you're 30 or 40 or 50, etc. So you can't say what I'm doing now is the thing that I'm going to do for the rest of my life, because you're going to change and it is totally unpredictable and unrealistic.
That's right.
To make that decision now at this young age.
Yeah, and this brings us to something that we also talk about quite often, you know, legal age.
Yeah.
So like, for example, in Australia, the country...